Hello, and welcome to DobbsQuest, Season 3, Episode 1. It's been a while. For those that don't know, DobbsQuest is a tabletop role-playing game similar to Dungeons & Dragons, where we play with the Ironsworn system, featuring 3 lucky contestants who will be setting out on treacherous quests, rolling dice to determine the success and making decisions based on those results. Joining me tonight, returning from their starring roles in Season 2, DobbsQuest, playing the part of the Elven Bard and Archer Serene, we have Daysnick.
Greetings.
As the sneaky thief type, Glane, we have GameCube.
Your nasty letter writing campaign has failed. We're back.
And the stalwart warrior, Torgan, played by Lurking Turtle.
You know, it's actually canon that Torgan is always kind of sick. You know, he's always a little hoarse. That's right. I've been storing that up for weeks.
All right, well, this has been DobbsQuest. Thank you all for joining us.
I noticed you made some changes to the layout.
Yeah, you know what? We've dressed up the set a little bit. Cleaned it up, streamlined things a bit. Takes a little bit of getting used to. The new chairs. You guys liking those? Okay.
This is
Drinks in the fridge are warm.
Is the wine all right?
Very comfy.
All right.
my character doesn't have any hair. Apropos.
Is that new? Because I remember in Season 2 you announced that your character now had a missing eye. So
yeah, that's no. I was just looking at the picture that you used as.
That's the same picture we've always used.
Oh well.
I mean, maybe I'm making slight edits, every time. Just bringing out all the worst qualities of Torgan.
Excellent.
All right. There's a heck of a story that you guys have missed if you have not been following DobbsQuest. In a nutshell, the bare minimum that you need to know is that these heroes are traveling across a dangerous land known as the Ironlands. It is a cold and unforgiving environment with just a hint of magic. And that is where our characters are kind of stepping in. They have discovered through their quests that there are key points around the Ironlands known as mana springs, designed by ancient elves with mystic runes that are set up to allow the proper flow of magic into the world here in the Ironlands. However, some of them have failed or perhaps been destroyed. And as a result, those areas have been, in some cases, wiped out or made completely uninhabitable. And so, our party here is trying to find the remaining mana springs to basically copy the homework of the existing runes, in hopes of being able to create new mana springs and return balance to the Ironlands. Now, they all have their own personal quests that they have kind of kicked off the adventures to begin with. And many of, I'd say that most of the party has sort of put that aside as a secondary goal now that they realize that the lives of basically all in the Ironlands are in the balance. The land itself is at risk, and they are seeking to set that right. But if it so happens that their backstories do come up, they will do what they can to move that along as well. Everyone has their own personal quests, their own reasons for adventuring. And so we're going to see what happens. Now, one key unusual quirk of Ironsworn as a system over more games you might be more familiar with, like Dungeons and Dragons, is that the plot itself is not exactly defined in advance. We are actually going to figure out what is the plot as we go. It is a more narratively focused system, which lends itself to a little bit more interesting improvisational scenes. So, oh, good job there. So we're gonna see what happens. Do you guys think I covered most of the high points there? Anything else I needed to add on that someone who's missed season 1 and 2 may need to know? Any key points about origins of characters? You know, their bloodlines, anything like that?
Pass.
Like a secret horse.
Secret horse.
Secret horse.
We've all got horses in our closets, guys. Come on.
I mean, Serene's an elf.
That's true. Serene is an elf, which are rare. Kind of keeps that under wraps.
I am simply human.
You were a human descendant of horses.
Yeah.
I will say all of these zany plots are a direct result of the original background quests that the players themselves came up with. And I take no responsibility for the fact that talking horses are a thing in this game. You can take one guess as to whose fault that is.
I pass.
Well, all right then. All right.
Oh well, actually,
Oh.
one more thing. Glaine's backstory is he's used to be magical, but now he's not.
That's true.
That's the high point of it.
Yeah.
He used to be the
My
bad
useful
guy.
powers, and now I have standard powers.
Yeah.
He used to be one of the bad guys, but then the bad guys kidnapped his kitten, and now he hates them. And
This is true.
working with us to take down the bad guys because he really likes his cat.
But we're not exactly sure. Now listen, we're not 100% sure he's on our side all the time.
Yeah. Glaine's allegiance
But any of
is.
us could be.
Who knows?
I mean, according to the dice, we almost died of grief when Glane got drug out by the fish mer zombie.
Not-
Mer zombie.
Not died of grief. Just
Alexia.
gave up.
Fish-
We're broken by the pain of losing
I
Glane.
We don't even like Glane.
Sure you do.
You must.
He saved
Serene
your
was
life.
Serene was eyeing the dagger she dropped and was like,
Yeah, you
it's
drop
not
any
one of
loot?
those anymore.
Loot his corpse for once.
All right. Well, let's start from the beginning of this season. You guys are on your way into a land known as the Shattered Waste. This is to the north of the Veiled Mountains lies the Shattered Waste, a plain of jagged, broken ice. This is one of the more dangerous regions within the Ironlands. It is cold, it is isolated, and there are few settlements along the way. You guys are going to be leaving from the settlement of Sword Hill, traveling towards one of the very, very few settlements along the way to the Shattered Waste, Frosthaven. Now, you will not be traveling alone. It is suicidal to make the journey on your own. Basically, large collections of people travel for whatever particular personal reasons they have. There are some trade goods that pass in and out of Frosthaven, but for the most part, this is not a trade caravan of any sort. Oh yes, absolutely. Of course, I will get the spreadsheet available for you. Let's see. Copy link.
Oh yeah, do we have our companions with us?
That is one of the first questions. Is do you want your season 2 companions along for the ride? Because that is an option.
Well, we didn't really leave them many other places they could go, did we? I think we kind of got them excommunicated from their only community in the desert place.
A little bit.
What was the woman's name?
What's that?
What was the woman's name? I can't remember.
I was gonna say Lucia.
Lucia and
It's one of those two.
Lucia and George. Yes.
We need to at least find them somewhere to stay.
I mean,
Somewhere safe to leave them.
Like a
They-
Holiday Inn.
they can be along for the ride as well. I mean, they are one of the few people who actually know about your mission and have proven themselves trustworthy and loyal
And useful.
and actually useful. George is a not seasoned fighter, but he's got a lot of spunk. And Lucia has some mystic abilities. She is a bit of a seer and may be able to help along the way.
She's a mystical mystic.
A mystical mystic. That is what the dice said.
I feel like having them along to venture out into the icy wastes might be beneficial.
All right, Lucia and George have joined the party.
Cannon fodder.
You guys go first, and we'll catch up.
Yes.
There you go. Now, you will not be alone. You will be traveling with a whole cavalcade of different travelers who are heading towards Frosthaven for whatever reasons, and we're not going to specify what those reasons are just yet, because it might be important to figure that out later.
Cryptic.
Yes. Oh, and we don't need this to be... All right. So, is there anything else to take care of before we depart with our first roll of Season 3? I guess not. All right.
Let's
Is there
see
anything
how
that
it
we're-
goes first.
Do we have all of our usual gear?
Yes.
Does any of it
Yes. Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, and you probably acquired a few new things, but we don't know yet. We'll find out as we go.
Lots of more rope.
Yes.
Always-
Gotta always have your rope. All right. So if you will direct your attention above the vows system. This is where the cards will be displayed that show off the various moves that are going to be made. The Ironsworn engine is built around these individual moves. All of them follow the same format. You will roll 2 dice that are both your target numbers, and then those are d10s, and then a d6 plus some bonuses that will be your a measure of how good your attempt was. If you beat both of the challenge dice, good things happen. You met your goal and maybe a little bit of bonus. If you only manage to beat one, there's some kind of complication. But you still make progress. And if you fail to beat either of the challenge dice, well, that's too bad for you. Something very bad might happen. And then you have to pay the price, which is its own fancy roll.
It's a match, right?
Yes, on a tie, the challenge dice win, and you did not beat the roll. Oh, and yes, there's the concept of a match. When both challenge dice have the same value, there is something unexpected that changes in the situation.
What are
Something.
the chances
Mhm.
that we team wipe tonight?
Never 0. As it turns out. How does momentum work? Excellent question, Al. Because that is a little bit of a different concept in Ironsworn. Momentum builds up over time as a sort of small reward for successes in other roles. And at any time that you want to, you can choose to overrule your roll plus bonuses with your momentum value. So you can kind of save up a guaranteed success. And then it resets back down to its initial value. In this case, 2. With the exception of Turtle, whose reset value is 1, assuming he is geared for war. Turtle? Are you
Yeah,
you are
That-
geared for
that-
war?
That's fine.
Yeah. Under the scenes, Characters also have asset cards that slightly tweak the rules, allowing them extra bonuses in particular situations, or the ability to change the scene somehow. And we will get into those as they become relevant. For instance, being better able to defend against attacks in certain situations. All right. Well, we're going to begin by undertaking a journey. Now, this is a formidable journey, which means there will be 10 waypoints along the way. Some may be places of note, some may merely be landmarks, some may be nothing at all, just arbitrary references of progress. But you will basically need 10 hits to make it all the way to Frosthaven. And each miss along the way could be something very bad. So we will see what happens there. All right, any questions?
What are the colored boxes on between our names and momentum?
Health, spirit, and supply.
Oh, that's right.
I
share.
just dropped the numbers. It's just a little health bar now. Yeah, first red is health, blue is spirit, purple is supply. That's right, Al. All right, so for undertaking a journey, the roll is based on your wits ability and any other assets you may have at your disposal. So, who wants to be in charge of leading the way from Sword Hill to Frosthaven? And it has to be a player. That's another distinction from Dungeons & Dragons. Dungeons & Dragons is very simulation heavy in that the rules that apply to the characters also apply to the NPCs. Ironsworn is different. Players are the only ones that make moves, even attacks. Enemies do not have an attack move. They don't have any moves. Only the players have moves.
It's usually Serene who makes these rolls because she's the smartest.
She's a smart one. It's true. She's got a lot of know-how.
Okay. Yes.
They are literally just squares, Hudson. But they do look similar. All right. Serene has a wit score of 3, which is very high. So she will be rolling a d6 plus 3 against 2 d10s. Here we go. First roll of Season 3. And we're off. Now that is absolutely perfect. So Serene rolls a nice high 6 plus 3 because of her wits against a 1 and a 1. So first off, that is a complete success, called a strong hit, which means you reach a waypoint. You can envision the waypoint and then choose, do you wish to make good use of your resources, which is just you get 1 progress on your journey, or move at speed, trading 1 supply for 1 momentum?
We're in a wasteland, so let's be conservative with our supplies.
Nothing can go wrong, exactly. All right, that's 1 tick of progress on the journey. Also, we have a match, so something interesting is going to happen, and we're not sure what. So we are going to consult the Oracle and determine exactly what is changing about the situation. Let's see here. And we have, I'm going to roll on an action and a theme. So the Ironsworn Oracles are basically just this big D100 list of very vague terms that we are going to have to come up with some idea as to what that actually means. And for action and theme, I roll. This is an interesting start right off the bat. Gather Stranger.
Ooh.
And I would also like to generate a description of the location you guys are at. You are in... you begin in an expansive valley. Gather Stranger. So, you guys are why aren't the oracle rolls appearing in chat? Because I am just using a browser thing that just lets me click instead of having to do commands. I don't actually know if this current bot even has the oracles built in or not. I don't think it does. Okay. So your caravan travels the first leg of the journey. It is many days out of Sword Hill, where you all arrive in this vast, expansive valley between two mountain ranges. The area is not completely frozen here. You are still a long way away from the Shattered Waste, but it is still cold. You have your heavy cloaks doubled up as necessary, trying to keep your hands warm as you continue your travels. It is colder than a lot of the areas in the Ironlands you've been so far. And one of those heading up, sort of the main cart that is leading the way through, alongside you guys. You guys are also kind of towards the front of the line. You feel like you're seasoned travelers, and Serene's sharp eyes, not specifying what species of eyes they are, of course, but she has made known that she has particularly good eyesight and makes for a good lookout. And she spots on one of these first few days that you guys are out, it looks like there's some sort of figure laying face down on the rocky terrain. Where are they taking the hobbits? Serene is quick to point it out that there's someone there, or was someone there. Not sure if this is a living soul or not, but Serene is quick to point out what's going on over here. The leader of the one that's actually kind of steering the main cart is hesitant, even though it's not really out of your way very far at all, is hesitant to slow down or stop to investigate. What do you three do?
I can volunteer to take Torgan and George, and we'll
And not Glane?
go check it out and report back. Well, Glane needs to keep an eye on the caravan and make sure they don't run off without us.
All right, that makes sense. Everybody okay with this plan?
Okay.
Nate stares off at a body just waiting to be rummaged through,
Aww.
wondering if I'll get that chance.
Someday. Glane, always eager to loot the body. All right. Torgan, Serene, and George jaunt off a little bit off the beaten path to investigate. George didn't quite see what was going on that you guys were interested in, and kind of hustles up to kind of get up to speed on what's happening. Now, what was George's voice? He was a bit of a kind of a bit of a drawl to him.
We decided he
Oh,
was
Serene, I'm here to take a look and see what's going on.
That's perfect.
That was not George at all.
It's good enough. Let's go with
There he is. It's the voice. It's George's voice. That's him. I'd recognize him anywhere.
He hit puberty well between seasons.
Which made him lust for Serene that much more.
Ugh, what? No. Ew. Been replaced with another actor this season.
We spotted what looked like a person. We're gonna go check it out because we didn't want to redirect the entire caravan, so we're just gonna go scout this out real quick.
All right, George kind of, secures his sword very proudly, make sure that it's well ready. He's eager to prove himself in any situation he can. George. That's it.
He's had plenty of time to recover from his snake bite.
Yes. All a bad, distant memory.
This could be a dangerous situation. There aren't many people around this area, so to find someone laying face down,
Yes, it's very
something we should
unusual.
be aware of.
There's a reason I picked the person with a shield.
Ha, Torgan, he's the shield bearer.
I feel used.
Hmm. Okay, so let's see what is going on here. Who is this, and what is going on? First off, are they alive? I think it'd be horribly uninteresting if they were already dead. So I'm gonna rule right off the bat that yeah, they're still alive, but maybe barely.
Is there any sign? Maybe I need to search the area, investigate. Maybe there's like a wrecked sled or something. Maybe
Yeah, figure out kind of what is going on here. What's happening? We're a little bit concerned about what's going on. So we have a gather information move, searching an area, conducting an investigation. That will be a wits roll. So Serene again will have a +3. Oh no. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Well, that's a miss. On a miss, your investigation unearths a dire threat or reveals an unwelcome truth that undermines your quest. Something went wrong. How could this have happened?
I mean, it is kind of a setup for an ambush, to be fair.
Oh, that's the question.
Planned ahead for this.
Yeah. Is this an ambush, or is this merely some kind of, something coming back to finish the job, sort of thing?
ah! It's a
Serene was
moleskin
kind of-
disguise.
Oh no.
Serene was kind of expecting this.
Serena's always expecting the unexpected. And I think what we've got here is that... Ooh, all right, let's ask the Oracle here. And this I can do in the chat. We're going to roll a D100. The Oracle indicates that we can, well, it doesn't specify here, but you can decide the odds on the table below, not shown. We're gonna say, let's do an absolute even 50-50. 1 to 50, this guy is bait. 51 to 100, he's an unwitting part of this. He's basically a victim here. So let's find out what is happening here. No, this guy has no part of it. He's legitimately injured, but was set out as bait by something or multiple things. It looks like let's see, perhaps we are still very close to civilization. We're a few days out, so it's not out of the question for this to be an area for thieves and brigands to make their home. People that are just preying on travelers.
You said this is a very seldom used route, though.
It is, and that would make it a great place for someone to hide out while kind of, taking a few things from nearby settlements. But in the event that someone is coming through, maybe we can hastily get a plan together and,
Possibly.
yeah.
Or,
A lot of-
predators.
Desperate people,
Yeah. All right. So the Oracle has determined that these are raiders or thieves, either way. And there are 3 of them.
Oh, there are 3 of us. It's fine.
Oh yeah, that's great. Easy peasy. But they are dangerous. These are not easy pickings or anything. This is a dangerous combat. Now you guys are far away enough from the main path that help will not be able to get quickly. Probably before this resolves itself. Like, Glane may be able to rush over to your aid if you call for help. But it could be that this whole mess resolves itself before even that happens. So let's brace ourselves. Now, you have to pay the price because of your failure. So Serene, who did the investigation, is wandering around trying to determine, what's going on here, what happened to this guy. Does he have a pack on him? Is he injured? Where did he come from? From the mountains? I don't know. While she is investigating, she's kind of looking closely for any clues. And immediately, these 3 raiders leap out, swords drawn, and immediately start rushing towards Serene. So Serene, as a result of your paying the price for failure, you do not have initiative starting the fight. You are already on your back legs here.
Okay.
Now, Torgen is still not yet entering the fray. However, Serene, these guys are coming at you really fast. What are you going to do?
Yell out to the boys at arms. We're under attack. And I seem to remember I stole a dagger last season
Mm-hmm.
to have an addition to my archer stuff.
Much better for close-range combat.
So I suppose I'm going to reach for the dagger and do my best to position myself standing over the injured person in a defensive stance.
All right. So these guys are coming at you. So you will be fighting in close quarters as they close in on you quickly, trying to kind of hold your ground, defend not only yourself, but also this fallen figure.
Primarily myself, but
Right.
she has a little bit of empathy.
All right. So in Ironsworn, there are 2 different combat moves. One for when you have the initiative and you're pushing forward. One for when you are more on the defensive side, trying to regain initiative in combat. Initiative is not turn order in Ironsworn. There is no specified turn order. It is just whatever the story allows for. So this is the clash move. Your foe has initiative and you fight in close quarters. Roll plus iron. So iron for Serene is not her strong suit.
Not at all.
That is a +1. Not great.
If I'd drawn my bow, I could have maybe gotten a +2.
If only. That's all right. Here we go. Rolling iron. Oh, but that 1 over there on the challenge dice makes for an easy hit. A weak hit, at least, but not a strong hit. So, on a weak hit, you may inflict harm, but pay the price, and your foe maintains initiative. Serene, you deal 2 harm. That is just kind of the base damage that is dealt anytime you deal harm. But in addition to that, you are going to need to pay the price. So foe still has initiative, so they bear down on you. You manage to get a slash on them. However, they have overwhelming numbers and actual swords. And one of them actually manages to slash towards your dagger hand. You are not injured. However, your dagger is knocked out of your hand into the ground. It's still within reach, but you are currently not in a position to hold the ground you've got anymore.
It'd be really great if Torgen or George were useful right this second.
And what do you know, but here comes Torgen. Oh, and a quick aside for how NPCs work in combat. George does not get a turn. However, he can be used to secure an advantage to add bonuses towards other moves. All right, Torgen. You just heard Serene call out that you're under attack. To arms. you're already reaching for your shield before you even process what's happening.
Torgen's going to enter the fray.
Good answer. Good answer. All right. Before any other combat moves can be made normally, you have to voluntarily enter the fray to determine whether you start with an advantage or disadvantage. All right, so you are facing off against your foe head on. So this is a heart maneuver, which is actually one of Torgen's better rolls. So we're going to see what happens here. Torgen rolls with heart. Oh, geez. Those are some big numbers. Well, Torgen. Didn't work out great. That's a miss. Combat begins with you at a disadvantage as well.
You can still secure an advantage using George, though. You should make that roll.
You can secure an advantage using George. We gotta process what's exactly happening here.
Can you
Well,
share your
it-
Discord screen? Because there's a really bad
Oh.
delay on Twitch.
Absolutely. Start virtual camera.
It's very slippery out here. Everything's ice, and it's possible as I make a advancement towards them, I may just fall down on the
There
ice.
we go. Probably not quite that bad, but I would say that for a moment, your sword hitches as you try to draw it. You've got your shield out, but you were unable to get your sword out smoothly, and it's kind of slowing you down as you rush over to Serene's aid. Mechanically, no change. However, you are not in position to help Serene just yet.
Great.
Oh, and I just see the purple. I have enough time to switch. Oh, jeez. All right. So, what do you want to do?
I need an advantage,
That's true.
so we're gonna try to.
Trying to get George in on this.
Yeah, we need to. I need George. I'm trying to think what he can do that necessarily isn't.
I mean, basically, get into the fray.
Yeah, like I want him to maybe if he spends more time protecting the gentleman, then Serene can focus on.
I think we've got just the thing. I think what we want to do.
Isn't George a sling wielder?
I
Isn't that
think-
his primary weapon? Didn't he use a sling?
Huh.
I know we
That
got
may
him
be
a
his.
sword,
Yeah, I think he has a sword, but his primary is ranged.
So range would be a really good thing to have at this moment.
So I think one thing that would be useful is that you have the ability, Torgen, to aid your ally, which is basically secure an advantage on Day's behalf. And there's an extra little bonus in there. You have an asset called Loyalist, which gives you a bonus on those aid ally attempts.
Yes,
Yeah, do that.
that's kind of what I'm trying to do anyway. To be
Mhm.
fair, so I mean, why
Yeah,
not?
you're basically kind of directing George into position. This is where you need to be, so that she can kind of get out of here, get into a better position. Maybe buy her some time to
Hey, look,
get
it's a
her
distraction.
bow ready. That would probably be the best bet. She does not have position right now to get out her bow and take a shot, which is where she shines. But perhaps if you can secure her an advantage, she can then use that on a clash move at distance.
That is what I would like to do.
All right. Since you are going to be doing a secure advantage on her behalf, you will get a +1 for aiding your ally. And this is, let's see. Let's see. I would give you this one on heart, because it's sort of a team maneuvering.
Loyalty and courage.
Yes, exactly. For securing an advantage. So we're going to get you a +4 on this roll. Hope it goes better than your +3 did.
How could this go wrong?
Exactly. There it is. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So what this gets on Day's behalf is because it's a strong hit, she gains an advantage and chooses to either take 2 momentum or a +1 on her next move. I'll let you choose that, Day.
+1 on my next move, since I'm only at 2 anyway.
Okay. And in addition, because that was based on the Loyalist asset, Turtle, Torgan takes +1 momentum on a hit, in addition to those advantages taken by your ally, bringing you up to 3 momentum. So, well played there. So Serene now has a +1 bonus. George, here's the play from Torgan and rushes forward to defend with his sword, and actually, quite impressively, puts on some exquisite swordplay that the ruffians are not expecting. They are caught off guard by George's sudden presence, buying Serene enough time to back up, get in position, and prepare her bow, knocking an arrow. Serene, this gives you opportunity to clash again.
All right, I'm going to put an arrow in Raider 2.
All right. Here we go. So normally, you would be rolling with just edge, which is 2, assuming you are unmasked right now.
Correct.
But you get the +1 from that secured advantage. It's giving you a +3. Here we go. 1 away.
As per usual.
As per usual.
Was, offended by my existence.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Where's
So-
the rig bot emote?
Rigged. Okay, so this is a miss. Foe still has initiative, for one thing. Secondly,
Stuff is armored, isn't it?
yeah, secondly, you have to pay the price. Now let's see here. What is happening here that makes sense? Moves, pay the suffer moves, fate moves, pay the price. Let's see if this is of any use. 129. Let's see. Something of value lost or destroyed. No reason for you to straight up use your bow right there. However, what does make sense is that these bandits here have already proven themselves quite effective at disarming their enemies. And wouldn't you know it, although George kind of caught them off guard, he also is suddenly finding himself swordless. He has his sling, but he is in no position to use it right here. So that's not great. George is now kind of in a tight spot. Nobody has the initiative. However, there is one other thing going on here. And this is where GQ has been, or rather, Glane has been preparing. Following the sounds that he heard just on the edge of hearing, Glane moves in undetected. Although he has no magical connection to shadows anymore, he is still quite capable of moving stealthily and does his best to get into position against unaware foes, entering the fray with shadow. And it is a strong hit. Glane has initiative and takes 2 momentum.
He followed us, didn't he? Because he wanted to loot the body.
He loves to loot the body. All right, and then he chooses. Let's see here. Glane has an asset that works pretty nicely for him, the Cutthroat ability. When he can strike an unsuspecting foe, which he has already selected, add +2... No, wait, he wanted to inflict +2 harm, which, if this lands on a strong hit, that will be enough to take that first raider out of the fight completely. So this is going to be on a strike, going for additional damage only, but regular attack roll here. So that is a strike maneuver because he has the initiative. So this is going to be rolling with iron. Is that right? No shadow or anything?
Keep in mind to delay your reactions because we don't see the dice as soon as you do.
Oh, but surely if you look through Discord, you will.
Actually, it just kicks us back to another Twitch tab.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Because Discord sees that you're on Twitch, so it just kicks us to Twitch.
That is weird. That I've never
It's
seen
new.
it. Oh. Huh.
If you turn off streamer mode and just like click that little bar across the top of Discord, I
Yeah,
think it'll
I'll try that.
change it.
See if that works for you. All right, so we're going to go for the Cutthroat maneuver, for which you only have Cutthroat 1. So you're just getting extra harm on a hit, nothing else. So here we go for a strike roll, which is going to be with iron. Again, Glane is decent at iron, but not great. Here we go. +2. It is only a weak hit.
Still a hit.
It is still a hit, but that means that first raider is not going to be out of the fight yet. However, that is +2 damage, so that first raider no longer needs to take any damage. You just need to get a strong hit on a strike or clash to take him out of the fight.
You know, I want to try something crazy.
Oh? All right.
I mean, these seem to be desperate individuals, but they also seem to be skilled from what you say. They've, you know, whatever. Maybe they're not bad guys. Maybe they just need a little convincing that we're not bad guys. And I do have the gift of gab at times. Is it possible that I try to stop this fight by reasoning with them?
You do this after I slit his throat.
Well, he's not dead. That's why I thought, well, there's really no permanent damage done, and we're not winning. So, you know, I just thought maybe I can reason with these people.
Yeah.
Just hold their friend at knife point to assist to give a.
Actually,
We don't even know that this guy's a good guy. I don't even know when it said that we're going to have unlikely companions as a. Or what was an unknown friend? Well, maybe the three of them are our friends.
Gather stranger.
Yeah, maybe these three are the stranger. Maybe that was a horse thief. Maybe he killed my horse. Man. Ancestor.
Uh-huh.
So you're
I'm just saying, I think that I can compel these people.
Okay, so you roll a compel. You use Glane having their buddy at knife point to gain an advantage.
Well, all right. So about that, I would definitely take that if your plan is to threaten with your compel roll. That makes a lot of sense that way. Which, I mean, you still have a +3 on iron as well as heart, so that would actually work.
I'm just saying.
Like, if you want to... Glane, if you want to secure an advantage for Torgan to basically get, you know, tell them to stand down or, you know, have one less friend.
This guy, and I reel back and give
thank
him
you,
a
Jerem.
chance to reconsider this. That could be the way we do this.
Maybe that's all they need. Maybe all I need to do is look at him and say, "Stop it."
Yeah.
Quit it.
Let's see here. I'm going to do a little bit of volume mix here to bring Discord up. Kind of. All right. Can you guys give me a quick sound check?
Check.
That's much better. Or much louder, at least, which is probably good.
Testing 1 2 3 testing.
Thank you. Thank you for the shout out, Germ. Hopefully that is a little bit better. I can individually crank you guys' volume up. Right now you're at default volume.
It's all Dobbs' default.
Thank you. Okay, is that the plan? Basically, Glane is in position. Tell them to stand down.
Yeah, it's like, we're losing, so let's pretend that we want to be friends.
What?
Okay, hold on. No, this is more of a we're going to threaten them situation, because the big war decked out guy is standing there with a sword and a big shield.
I'm late for
and
my
full
favorite
armor,
non-television,
about to smack at them.
interactive,
That's fine.
fantasy
We
role-playing
can
game
just
created by a
tell them
game
what we're not a
developer
threat.
on
We're just trying
Twitch.
to leave. We're trying to move on.
Hey,
Tell
Mantis.
them just GG, GG, see you next time.
So wait, so we're going for a compel roll. Are we doing this from convincing or threatening?
Either way, what do we want to do?
Well, because if
I'm-
you're going
I'm
threatening, Glane can get you an advantage.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, let's threaten them that if you don't stop it, we're gonna take away your DS and hide it.
Uh-huh.
If you don't stand down, our sneaky buddy over here is going to put a knife in your
Basically.
spine.
Basically.
He's one hit from death. Are you really willing to lose a person over this?
It's like let's consider having a conversation instead.
Yeah,
Who are you? What do you want?
right. If they still want to fight afterwards,
Yeah.
then I mean, technically, then if they've stood down, then we should have the advantage because we're going to be sneaky about it.
Glane, if you want to gain the threatening advantage on Torgan's behalf, we can do a secure an advantage roll for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim the drippy dagger with his blood in his face.
Yeah, you've
Tell him to quit it.
got a good position here. All right, Glane's gonna try and gain an advantage for Torgan here.
I came out of nowhere.
Okay, pretty bad roll. Weak hit though. A short-lived advantage. One momentum that will be passed on to Torgan, but no bonus on his roll. And Torgan is going to attempt a compel roll.
Sure, it'll be fine.
Oh, definitely. So here we go. Torgan says his piece, which basically amounts to, don't want to kill you, but you guys just go your merry way. And it is... Oh. We have an 8 against a 4 and a 5. A strong hit.
So, do we need to roll to end the battle, or?
No, on a strong hit, they'll do what you want. You can take +1 momentum. Putting you
Make
at
us flip the
5.
lights on and off.
Cowards.
Well, probably the smart move, yeah. They just about lost a buddy. Torgan does have some pretty bad opinions. Aw.
It's just about Mario RPG because I don't like that game.
Oh, that's a shame. So that's a success right there. You guys were able to step away alive. There is some grumbling between the bandits, but they decide to basically head off to lick their wounds.
What a terrible battle.
Did we get any information
What?
of this endeavor?
Not from these guys, but you still have this one guy that's kind of half dying on the ground. Guy or gal, we haven't specified, really.
I think that Serene should try to heal them, just as a goodwill gesture.
Yeah, all we know right now is they're injured in some way.
Well, let's investigate the injury. Tell me about what's going on.
Let's determine the nature of this injury. Ooh.
What are they wearing? Does it have any insignias on
Well,
it?
I immediately rolled theme and got disease right away.
No.
Which-
Well, if it's fish rot, she knows what to do with that.
I want to take her 8 tries to fix it.
Oh, wait, no, wait, hang on. Investigate disease. You know what? I think the Oracle is trying to tell us not about the nature of this person's injuries, but more about the nature of their motivations. It seems like they had some reason for traveling out towards this distant settlement all on their own, going to Frosthaven.
Classic level.
Perhaps in search of a cure for some strange disease.
Wait, was he headed out or was he coming back? And how can we tell?
No. It's no vid.
I guess we'll find out eventually. But I would say heading towards Frosthaven, because that makes more sense from an interesting plot perspective. Because if they're heading back, and it's like, all right, see ya. But if they're heading the same way, it's like, okay, now we have an interesting choice. Are they coming with us?
Guess so. We need to make sure they don't. We probably shouldn't leave them to freeze to death.
Yeah, yeah.
I like how we were trying to kill them 2 minutes ago.
No, we were trying to kill the raiders. They jumped this guy, and we actually kind of interrupted them murdering him.
All right. Ironlander name rolls as Sadia.
That sounds like a chick's name.
Yeah. All right. So this Sadia is trying to cure an ill. What is her role or job? Let's find out. Forester. Okay.
Oh, well, that seems like someone that would get along. Someone who is into collecting organic material. Or might know something about, what is it? Mushrooms and such.
Oh yeah, maybe a little bit of an herbalist overlap
Yeah,
there.
There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
She and I might be good friends.
Oh yeah, definitely. If she weren't bleeding.
I can do something about that.
Yes. All right. So the main issue at hand here is that Sadia has been wounded from a run-in with these bandits as she was trying to pretty foolhardily make her way to Frosthaven on her own. So what we need to figure out is, can you help her?
I can try.
All right.
It's up to the dice, not
I
me.
guess so. Now you have some bonuses here, don't you? You have multiple bonuses that may
Yours can
apply.
Roll up to a 6. Plus 6.
Let's see here. So you have the herbalist asset. You have herbalist 1. When you attempt to heal and have at least +1 supply, which you do, you can basically get a +2 on this. So yeah, definitely. So let's see here. You're going to be rolling wits with a +2 for a grand total of 5. That's pretty good. And let's see here. You are not mending your own wounds. So let's make that roll. That with a 1, that is a strong hit. Your care is helpful.
Yay!
Why did the dice hate me so
I know,
much?
right?
Fix your butt.
Okay. So are you guys taking Sadia back to the caravan?
Yes, maybe somebody will recognize her.
Perhaps.
Probably a little warmer than out here in the tundra.
Is she just better but unconscious, or is she awake?
Oh, we haven't really done the full healing yet. We're going a little bit out of order.
Okay.
All right.
She's bandaged up.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys get her back to the cart. A quick explanation. It was a pretty short detour there, but very eventful. You guys get her with the caravan laying down, and Serene starts seeing to Sadia's wounds. And then kind of maybe get to talking a little bit about, what are you doing out here? What in the world? Why is this happening?
What were you thinking?
Yeah, what were you thinking? A forester looking to cure a disease. She is not looking to cure a person's disease. This is something affecting the trees? That's a thing, right? That was...
Have ash beetles this far north?
The tree.
Let's see here. What is let's see. What is the nature
Nature, because trees.
yes, exactly.
Barcolet.
Let's see here. Let me get out the actual Oracle tables here that I can see.
We gotta get rid of them tree weevils.
That's it.
They're more ash borers.
Let's see. 33.
Super mussels?
That one doesn't help. Give me another one. 91 and 33. Uh-huh. Threaten. Okay, yeah, that doesn't give me much more information.
There's danger. You don't say.
Threaten death. Okay. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay, is there any way to weave this in with the mana spring?
Perhaps so. Perhaps something's going on with it.
Maybe this wasn't always a frozen tundra. Maybe this.
You're not even in a frozen tundra yet.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the cold is spreading.
So I think there is something going on that Sadia being particularly close to her work. She has found there's something going on. She has noticed something in the trees themselves. She's not exactly sure what it is, but based on her observations, it is something that is happening more to the north, towards Frosthaven. And so she has set out to figure out what is happening, because if the trees die, then there goes a lot of the ecosystem, and perhaps Sword Hill itself won't be eating for a while.
The trees are infested with mollusks.
That's exactly it.
Well, I mean, the last mana spring was broken, and it had turned what had once been a lush, vibrant ecosystem into a desolate desert. So maybe this one's broken in a slightly different fashion, and the cold is spreading like a never-ending story.
Perhaps.
Nothingness is
Yeah,
coming,
we'll have to figure it out. Down here it doesn't seem particularly cold, but there's definitely something going on.
Maybe I hand her over to Lucia to care for, and I don't know, maybe she'll get a vision or something.
There you go. She'll check. They'll get together, have a little powwow and everything.
Can I offer a twist?
Of course.
Most people in the Ironlands are mostly just concerned with themselves, staying alive day to day. But this individual seems interested in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that this individual isn't necessarily completely human?
Now that is something interesting. We'll keep that idea on the back burner, let it simmer for a bit and see if anything comes up. Could certainly be an interesting twist.
She have a tail.
Yeah. Start it.
A mane. All right. Okay. So all that whole detour was because we rolled doubles on the first roll of the night.
Which was supposed to be a good thing.
I know, right?
Well, that's
Hey,
a good thing.
that was a good thing. You got more friends.
We got a friend, we have information,
That's a lot.
we have our entire plot arc set up for us now.
Man, that was a lot for the first roll of the game. We slit a throat.
I literally tried to take like the easy way out
Mhm.
from losing a fight.
It worked. Glenn killed a man. No. All right. Well, with that, you guys are back on the trail.
Let's continue the journey.
That was a heck of a journey for 1/10 of the way. All you got to do to avoid a big mess like that again is just roll a strong hit. Where did Glenn get that trash?
Serene seems to be tending to our new friend. I will take the reins.
All right. Let's see. How witty is Glenn? Glenn has a +2 bonus. No assets related to wayfinding. So we're going to roll. Here we go. With a +2 from Glenn, we have... Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Again,
It's a strong hit.
quote unquote good news.
You find
That's-
someone unconscious in the road.
No. Leave him there.
Let's see here.
We have our fill. We're full. No vacancy.
Let's see here.
We get attacked by a pack of wolves, and we refill all. We easily murder all of them and refill our food supply.
No.
Good eating.
It's good. It's
Wild boar, maybe.
strong hit should be you get good things. It's when you went to investigate that you got a miss, and that's when everything started going downhill. Let's see here.
Found some food growing on the side of the road. We get +1 supply.
Yay. No. Let's see. A twist, a change to the scene. Let's see here. Let's get the location you guys are at. Need another D100. 37. Let's see here. 37. Abundant River.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah. All right. So the center of the valley, there's several different tributaries coming down from the mountains, feeding into a small stream at first, but eventually this becomes kind of a strong river, heading steadily down deeper into the valley. You guys follow this river for many days, and at some point this you notice quite a decent amount of fish in the area, and set up camp with the rest of the caravan, where you guys are able to dine on fresh river denizens.
I want to do a make camp roll.
Oh. So this gives you the opportunity to recover a little bit. So let's see. That will be a roll of supply. It's a weird one. To see if you guys are able to sort of recover a little bit. And also gives you the possibility of getting a bonus on your next leg of your journey. So let's find out what we get here. This is going to be a +4 for no one in particular. This is for the whole team. A weak hit. So you may each choose one. You can choose to have getting 1 health, which would be useful for everybody. 1 spirit, again useful for everyone. 1 momentum, useful for everyone. Or up to 1 person can choose to get a +1 bonus on the next leg of your journey. Have some tasty river slugs. They go down smooth.
We'll take the momentum.
Ooh,
I
Glenn
will
going for
take
the momentum.
Health.
And
I would
Serene.
also like to take the momentum.
Yeah, you're pretty low on momentum, so that makes sense. Now, Serene has an asset that may come in handy here.
Yep. I was about to bring that
with her bardic abilities, when you make camp and choose the option to relax. Oh, so that would only be if you don't take the momentum. But I think you get momentum anyway. When you make camp and choose the option to relax, you may share a story with your allies or compose a new story. If you do, envision the story you tell, take 1 spirit or 1 momentum, and any allies who choose to relax in your company may also take an additional spirit or momentum.
Okay, let's do that. So I'll do the relax option, and then get my momentum this way.
All right. So that's going to give you spirit, and then you'll get 1 momentum from sharing a story.
And if any, GQ, you took momentum, so you might want to switch that.
Yeah, this will basically let him take spirit and momentum instead of just momentum.
Yeah.
And Torgan, this gives you the option, instead of taking the +1 health, you can instead take a spirit and a momentum.
That's fine. I'll take the spirit and the momentum.
All right. Spirits are high.
Look at that. What could go wrong?
Yeah, you're in good shape now. Look at that. So no one taking the opportunity for the +1 on the next leg of the journey, but that's understandable. But yes, the nice thing that you found at this waypoint was a very good spot to camp, which let you kind of build up a little bit more of your resources here. So that worked out quite nicely, actually.
Hey.
We didn't. I guess, do we still have the opportunity to roll to get +1 supply?
If it makes sense, and I think that's reasonable.
We're having to fish for dinner, right?
Yeah.
There may not be a lot of opportunities after this.
Exactly.
All right. Serene going to be doing some resupply, hunting, foraging, scavenging.
It's an abundant roll.
Yeah, I think. Don't I have a bonus to that, or did I have to give that up?
Let's see here.
Archer 3.
Archer 3, you do have that. And as a result, if I can find, there it is. Archer 3, when you resupply by hunting, add a +1 to that roll, and take 1 momentum if you get a hit.
Ooh.
Yes. So let's see what happens here with Serene's roll. Not only a hit, a strong hit. So you get the supply, and also you get 1 momentum for using your archer ability there. Look at that nice full supply bar thing. Yeah. All right. Anything else to take care of before the next leg of the journey?
I might spend a little time filling up my poison arrow quiver.
Ooh, all right. A little custom asset here, Poison Expert. You can prepare poisoned arrows at the expense of 1 supply. And then you make a wits roll to see how well you do. So let's see what we get here. A strong hit. On a strong hit, set your arrow track to 5. And then that's it. You may now use those 5 poisoned arrows, but that did cost 1 supply, which you just got anyway, so
Yeah,
that works out fine.
we just transitioned to that too. Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Time for the next leg of the journey. It's a ridiculous number of tokens, Al.
Well, everybody else has rolled and taken the lead, so I suppose I shall give a try.
All right. Torgan, +2 on wits. The next day, everyone prepares to set out along the road towards Frosthaven And what happens? All good things. Barely. By 1. Let's be clear. By a very slim margin. Oh, I gotta get rid of these guys. Don't want to leave those raiders out on the board. A success. Yeah, a big screen full of strong hits right there. Everybody's doing great. Let's see here. Where does that put you guys? Location. All right. All right, we have a little bit of a dangerous crossing here. Rapids is the roll. The river here makes a bit of a turn off through a break in the mountain range towards the sea. However, steadily for the last few miles, the river has been getting a little bit more choppy as it narrows and weaves its way through large boulders that perhaps many years ago have tumbled down from the rocky peaks surrounding the valley on either side. As a result, the waters here are dangerous and swiftly moving. You guys are going to need to get across somehow.
This is reminiscent of one of the first things we ever did.
It is, isn't it? It always comes back to rivers.
Still got that rope.
It's a good rope. So what's the plan here?
We could tie a rope to George and have GQ throw him across the river.
Classic.
He's into child eating, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that being a thing.
We could try what we tried before, where GQ runs at me and I throw him up over the river.
It was a cool idea.
Oh, Blaine, sorry.
Yes, yes.
Why is Glane not in voice?
What did happen there? Oh well, he's still there.
I just have myself muted from.
There you go. All right, so.
Well, let's talk to the leader of the caravan and see what he usually does, because apparently he's made this trip many times.
Has he? Oh, interesting. Huh.
It's his first day.
He's the leader of the caravan. I would hope he knows where he's going.
He is
2 days from retirement.
He is not the leader in terms of power, but merely in terms of he's in the front. Let's see here. Okay. We can gather information.
Let's just go talk to Bob and see what Bob thinks is going on.
All right. We're gonna ask Bob.
That's the name of the caravan leader.
Yeah, Bob.
When you have an NPC that you only ever need one to interact with once, Bob is a good default option.
Bob.
Okay. See, it's those kind of things they don't teach you at DobbsQuest school.
Yeah, they don't. It's true.
Roll dice.
All right. So this is gonna be a serene roll. Let's go with serene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, what is the plan for crossing the river?
Please solve this puzzle for me.
Here comes Bob's voice. Here we
Have
go.
you done this before?
Let's see. Strong hit. Something helpful and specific is discovered.
Yes.
The path is made clear. Envision what you learn, players, and take +2 momentum. What did you learn?
Bob has in fact made this journey many times. He's a seasoned caravan leader. There's a reason they put him in front.
Yes. He knows exactly where to go.
He knows where the best crossing is, and apparently there may even have at some point been a bridge that they had kind of haphazardly constructed, but it got washed out a couple years ago. So now there's like obviously a place where it's like, this is where you cross, and there's still some like infrastructure to help, people get across.
All
There's,
right, yeah.
There's
He's
the
up-
ruins of the bridge make a nice blockade to kind of slide the wagons across to get to the other side.
Usually we just take the cart right around where the old bridge used to be and just slide it right across and tie her up a log or two if we can find one. And, you just can afford the river right there. Horse don't care for it much, but it told me not, Tommy.
Bob knows
Need
the
a
Animal
log since the
Crossing.
trees are sick.
Oh yes, we did put Lucia on the task of conversing with Sadia. We should find out if she learned anything.
Yes, at some point when the time is right. When we find a waypoint where nothing interesting is happening.
Then conversations can happen.
Yes. All right, so now we know where to get across, but it's not a free crossing. It is still dangerous. So let's see here. Getting across here is it takes a little bit of work, a little bit of know-how, a little bit of teamwork, a little bit of precision engineering, all of the above. There is indeed a spot where once a mighty bridge would have stood. However, it has long since been washed away by the rapids of the river. And as such,
The flood of 83.
that's the one.
Just 83, because it was a long time ago. It was 83 itself.
There we go. I've turned the volume down there. Let's see here. So now you guys are going to have to get across, helping as best you can. Remember, here's the trick. Although you are not necessarily the only one making the trip across, everyone is going to kind of succeed or fail together. But we only get one roll. Who wants to make the roll to face danger?
In
Who's got
this,
the most momentum?
Who's got the most momentum? And remember, you can secure an advantage to eke out a little bit of extra momentum, or even a full-on +1 to the roll.
well, wits is our best bet in this case, so that'd probably be me. I can secure an advantage. Like we already talked to Bob,
Mm-hmm.
and Bob kind of explained things to me. Maybe I drew some diagrams, and we put a plan together, and that could be an advantage.
Yeah, using your insight and observation to secure an advantage.
My unique silhouette probably does not make me best for this.
Unique silhouette.
Put them in the center of the cart as a weight distribution.
Yeah, you might want to do something about your buoyancy with all the
Mhm.
armor on.
That's.
Maybe get a floaty.
I'm sure it's fine.
Some armbands.
I need a dollar store. I need some noodles.
All right, Serena's going to roll to secure an advantage.
Day, you alright?
Cat,
Cat.
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 claws in my back. Ow.
A strong hit
Ah,
from the cat.
endure
Yes, Bob
harm.
Definitely rolled a strong hit.
Endure harm.
All right, we're going to secure an advantage. Serene is going to secure an advantage to hopefully make the river crossing a little bit easier. Trying to kind of use her expert observation abilities to find the optimal way to cross here, despite the lack of bridge.
What do I roll to trim cat claws?
Okay. Weak hit, which means you do get momentum. That puts you at 7.
Yay.
Which means you have a decent chance here of being able to use momentum to save a bad roll.
Oh, we got a weak hit. We made it.
Well, that was the secure an advantage roll.
Oh, that just popped up finally.
Oh,
on
gotcha.
the Screen.
I guess I shouldn't even bother with sharing my screen on Discord then, if it's delayed like that.
Yeah, it's not helpful.
Not like that.
Uh,
There we go. Okay. So we are going to make the roll for facing danger. You've got a +3, but you've got 7 momentum as kind of a safety net. Not a guaranteed safety net, but it might help if something goes wrong. Shall we? All right, here we go. Don't blow it.
it's up to you and the bot.
Hey! A 5 against a 4.
That rope held majestic.
It was the rope. Inanimate 50-foot rope.
MVP.
So in addition, because that is a strong hit, you take momentum. That puts you up to 8, which that gives you a much better safety net. All right. So that puts you guys currently at 3 progress on your journey to Frosthaven out of 10. It's a formidable journey. But more immediately, it puts you on the other side of the river. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of rope tying and a lot of retying after identifying problems. A lot of careful shuffling across rocks. But eventually, the entire caravan makes it across and rolls once again onward towards the north.
Torgan whispers to some of the horses to calm them down.
Mm-hmm, as he
Uses
does.
language to them.
Rolls on. Very nice. I think it's back around to Serene to roll.
Yeah, looks like it, huh?
Like we can't hear Dobbs anymore.
Hello. There we go.
There he is.
I muted once to blow my nose and then didn't unmute. All right. So you guys have made it across. And now we will see to where you travel next. Here we go. Strong hit. That's on a undertake a journey. Hey, you guys are on a roll.
The whole season in one episode.
It's incredible. The successes. It's making up for those 3 consecutive double 10s that you guys faced off against last season.
Ugh, don't remind me. I rolled 2 of them.
It was rough. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. For the viewers at home, if a challenge dice lands on a 10, you cannot beat it. No matter what you roll on your D6 action dice, no matter how many bonuses you have, even if technically that adds up to 11, it doesn't matter. 10 is always an automatic failure. Double 10, doubly so. And a match. All right.
Double
So
10 is just the end of the world.
basically. All right. You guys are heading up over the mountain pass now. This area is grim, but protected, apparently. The mountainside creates a sort of shielded pathway up the ridge, cutting out a lot of the heavy winds that you guys have been facing as you've been traveling further and further north through the valley. But this will see you through to the other side of the mountain range, where things will start to cool off significantly. But this area is, for the most part, safe. What are you doing, Gracie? Oh, yeah. Hold that thought. Gracie, do you need to go out? Is that what it is?
I think she just wants some stuff.
Oh, that might be it too. Gracie, do you need to go out? No. She's just trying to find crumbs. We're okay. Stop, Gracie. Okay.
Millionaire.
Crumb dog. Perfect. This would be a good time to look in to see what we learn about Sadia. So let's let's move the scene over, away from the front of the caravan and all of the pathfinding and careful navigation, back to where Sadia is recovering. Perhaps with some of our players as well.
In there, Gracie.
I'll go back and check in with Lucia and see how she and Sadie are getting along.
Yeah, so let's see here. What have we learned so far about Sadia? We've learned that she is a forester, and she's surprisingly well attuned to the trees themselves, and has found that something is going on. Something akin to like trees wasting through some kind of disease, and she wants to figure out what it is. So she set out from Sword Hill towards Frosthaven. Kind of leapt before she looked. Got herself into a bit of trouble with some bandits. But was quite grateful that you guys were able to come along and save her. Now the question is, what information do you specifically want about her? Like, I know we were talking about getting Lucia to see if there was any information she could glean through her mystic abilities.
So is Sadia from this? I guess she's from this area then?
Yes, from Sword Hill.
So she like patrol the path between here and Frosthaven? Like, what is her role as a forester? What are her duties in her job?
Oh, that is a good question. Let's see here. What is the nature of exactly what Sadia does? Let us ask the Oracle.
Is she a Subaru Forester?
She is not a Subaru Forester. That doesn't real. Well, let's see here. Can we get a character role? Does that help? No. That gives like a completely different job, so that's not going to help us.
What was that one that you had that asked what their personality was?
Oh, that's a good idea. I mean, that doesn't really answer the question on, what is your job? You're a forester, but what is your job?
It might help.
Yeah. Character descriptor dying. No.
No, we fixed that part already.
Yeah, that's good.
It's still dying, just much slower.
Yeah.
Always a classic.
Wild, talented.
Okay.
She's good at what she
She's a
does.
druid.
Yeah, I could see. You know what? We could go kind of vaguely druidish. Maybe, I don't know if we're going all the way into mystic. That's a bit rarer.
She's kind of like that hermit guy we ran across last season.
Yeah.
Plot twist, it is that hermit guy with long hair.
Wow. We cracked the code. Okay, action theme, serve spirit. So yeah, kind of,
Mystical.
yeah, maybe
It's feeling more and more like it's going towards like it has something to do with the mana.
it does, doesn't it? Like in some way. Like maybe not. I mean, a lot of magic in the Ironsworn setting is not the flashy kind of I cast fireball kind of stuff, but a lot more of these sort of like rituals and such. So it kind of fits a bit more with the kind of idea of not a D&D druid, but someone setting up stones in the forest, that kind of thing. And communing with nature. So that does kind of match what we're hearing here. So yeah, maybe she is kind of a form of mystic, kind of a druid of sorts. Very in touch with nature, specifically the trees. And and she knows they are, they are telling her that something is wrong, and it is coming from the north.
How far does she usually explore? Is she just kind of patrol between here and Frosthaven? Has she ever been further north than Frosthaven? Like, what is her range?
Ooh, now there's an interesting idea. Has she ever been to Frosthaven? At least as far as that, and if so, has she been farther? Let's see here. Based on the fact that she was willing to just make this journey, not well prepared, I'd say it is likely, but not 100%. So we're gonna go with 26 or above, and she's been to Frosthaven before. 28, yes, barely.
She was on the outskirts.
So she has made the journey to Frosthaven before. And then the follow-up question, has she been further north, all the way into the Shattered Wastes? That is pretty much a toss-up. We're going to say 51 or above. Well, there's not even a lot of trees that far north. That's where things get very barren. So we're going to say 76 plus, and she has been up into the Shattered Wastes. No, she is not. She's never been past Frosthaven. But that seems to be the direction that the trees have pointed her to.
I speak for the trees.
She does.
Okay. Interesting. So I am going to go about checking her bandages and,
Mm-hmm.
check and make sure she isn't running a fever, and just kind of accidentally brush my hand against her ear in the process of checking to see if she has a fever.
Wow, going right for it. I don't know what that kind of thing means in Elven culture, but that, I don't know.
Well, you're moving you're checking their pulse, their temperature, you're doing the nurse thing.
Yeah.
So after you're done, I'm going to offer her a carrot and see if she wants it and eat it out of my hand.
Wow. Got weird.
Well, no.
Okay, now GameCube's taking it and making it flirtatious. I'm just hey, I'm just checking to see if your ears are pointy or not.
For no reason, just curious. Make sure they didn't cut part of your ear off when the bandits found you. Yeah.
Just checking all of her vitals. And everything, just making sure she's okay.
Okay.
I'm the healer. This is what I do.
I'm just checking for horse.
In all the wrong places. All right, let's see here. What are the chances that she's an elf? Pretty low. Pretty low.
See, I don't think so, though. I think that her communing with nature and such, and her loner ability, she's obviously didn't have any friends to go with her. She's on her own. I mean, I think that the odds are possible. I mean,
it's like if she was an elf, then yes, it's likely she would fall into this kind of line of work. But the fact that she's in this line of work does not in turn mean that she is therefore more likely to be an elf. Because elves are so super rare.
She wouldn't be like a full elf. She might be like a couple generations removed, descended of.
Yeah,
Guess.
Right.
3 seasons. We've only ever seen 1. I mean,
yeah, it's unlikely.
True.
Yeah,
We've
there were.
seen a few.
okay. Well, yeah.
There was the tribe in the mushroom forest. There's the tribe in the island that were jerks,
and maybe not as rare as we think.
They just tend to be isolated.
I'm gonna give it 11, 1 to 10, and she has some kind of elven heritage. Pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not.
No.
No, she is.
Okay.
No.
Worth a
It
shot.
was an interesting idea.
Serene's curious about these sorts of things.
Mhm.
It goes into her trying to find her ancestry. And
It
stuff.
does. It
It goes
does.
into her backstory. So she always checks
Yeah.
when there's any kind of inkling.
Yeah. So yeah,
Mysticism is so rare in humans.
and she's very mystical. She's a mystical mystic. you get to checking up on her, and she is leaned fully into the druid lifestyle. She's very ethereal in her speech. She's very.
She's spoken.
She has spoken for the trees. The trees, thank you.
Okay, that got a little bit like horror film is what that got.
No.
The trees like you. They don't like Lane very much.
No, I mean she's weird, but she's harmless weird. But every other sentence that she says does in some way connect back to the trees.
Does
Like-
anybody else around here appear to know or recognize her?
That's an idea. I mean, some of these people probably have made this journey before, but
Probably from the
Mhm.
town.
She might be a bit more of the hermit-esque type. And so maybe not in the public eye as much. We're going to say unlikely, so 76 or above. And
Well, also, how old is she? Because is she like a young person, or is she like the old hermit lady? I feel like that makes a difference.
let's find out if she's been seen much before. No, people don't really know who this is. Maybe some of them have heard of her. But, oh yes, Sadia, yeah, out in the woods. Yeah, I've heard of her. I thought she was a myth. 1 to 100 number is her age, too.
Maybe like 15 to 100 if we're really rolling for age here.
I speak for the tweez.
Oh no. Let's see here. I mean, what is her? What is her?
This
what-
many.
And then the next sentence is, "Do you know about trees?"
You know what? She has kind of this ageless quality about her that it's almost impossible to tell. From one angle, she looks like she's like 20, and from another, she looks like she could be 70. There's really no way to know unless you cut her open and count the rings.
Here we go.
Vergara.
Oh, so you're saying she's a Dryad and has tree rings on the inside?
I don't know.
She loves trees that much.
All right, but the trees do thank you.
I look around cautiously. You're welcome.
Speaking to the stick next to him.
Oh no. All right. So she's doing good. You got a little bit of information there about what her deal is. Lucia is like, you kind of put them together to kind of see what, hey, you mystic maybe. No. Lucia is not a fan. She kind of takes any opportunity to not be hanging out with Sadia.
We will not. We'll switch her out with her brother then. Let's let George.
George, on the other hand, is
to a
more
very
than
old
happy. He loves hearing about the trees.
Okay, George can Sadie sit then.
And back when I was growing up, I tell you, I had this old dogwood, and I wanted to keep it as a pet. And I always told everyone that its bark was worse than its bite.
Boo.
I know. I'm sorry, Dupu. I'm out of practice. That's all it is.
Nope, get him out of here.
That makes me want to cut down a tree.
Dupu, go to bed. Here's
There you
Alice
go.
Pixel. We have a new pixel.
Yeah. Can't even. Who can you trust?
Dupu's going to sleep tonight soundly as the sound of his music video plays in the background.
Mm-hmm. It's a good music video. So that's enough. We've heard enough from George and Sadia.
Okay, let's check in. Do we have any other special abilities we need to check in with before it starts to get? We're getting close to 9.
Yeah, I think what we can do is one more journey undertaking roll, and that will put you on the basically on the ridge of the mountain, and that will be
have
the
our-
halfway point.
Our Breath of the Wild moment where we get
Yeah.
be able to look over the mountain and then a title and then it's over.
Yep, that's DobbsQuest.
Spoiler alert.
All right, so who wants to make that roll? It is a wits roll.
You know, I'm feeling witty.
All right, Torgan leading the way. Let's roll it. Here we go. There it is. By 1 point. A strong hit.
What's happening?
And this
Why is
puts
Spot being kind?
well, it's preparing to kind of do a turn for next time.
Buttering us up.
All right. And so, you guys find yourself on basically the crest of this large mountain range that you've been following along for this whole leg of the journey. And outspreading before you is these vast hills swept with ice and snow. The shattered wastes lie far beyond your view from here. But you have a cold journey ahead of you towards Frosthaven, which is going to be the first stop on your main quest here to find the mana spring of the Shattered Wastes.
How are my mana spidey senses tingling?
Nothing noticeable yet. You've still not gotten fully acquainted with that sensation, that sort of tickling in the back of your brain. It's noticeable when it's very noticeable, but kind of listening for it from the quiet of being distant from the mana spring, it's still very, very tricky to pick it out from just the background noise. Oh, Apollo. Not very wisdom of you, Apollo. All right, and that's it.
Wayne feels something against his leg, and oh, what's this? It's my cat.
Hey!
Oh, we did it.
Torgan looks over the cliff. There's my horse.
I thought we discovered the horse was dead.
No.
Read something.
The
We're
horse
done.
is still alive.
Yeah, we discovered what's his name?
Javin.
Javin. Not only is he still alive, he's the bad guy.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's an operative of the bad guys.
Yeah, I mean, he himself may not be a bad guy. Maybe he's a fine
Look over,
fellow.
I see a horse holding a cat
All right.
next to an elf.
The finale of tonight is the graph.
Woo, graph.
And let's see if I can...
The graph.
Here we go. Tonight's scores.
Really bad, then really good.
Let's see what we got here. All right. So the green rolls are Serene, I believe. Blue is Ghislaine, and red is Torgan. Let's see here. So average rolls. Wow. Torgan with an average of 5? Is that right?
What could go wrong?
3, 4. Oh, geez. Yeah, you rolled a 4, a 4, a 5, a 6, and a 6 tonight. How in the world?
No ones for me. I'm sure next week will be just as good.
Serene kept getting strong hits on 2. She did. She had consistently the highest bonuses for her rolls through advantage securing and just all her assets. Average challenge. It looks like Torgen was up against the worst odds. And yet, statistically, he had the most strong hits.
Look at that turtle luck.
Turtle luck. Glane never had a miss. He never misses.
It's a curse.
Gracie has forced her way past the barrier under Hovercat's desk. She really wants Gracie really wants those fallen bits of cinnamon life. She will stop at nothing. Well, guys, we're back. Iron Sorn.
All about that cinnamon life.
She really is.
Maybe she just wants to hang out with Hovercat. Hovercat's awesome.
That's probably it.
What a success this was.
I know. How strange. I mean, it was a little bit of a rocky start on the misses,
On the channel for a while.
but you managed to get your feet under you and kind of had a string of successes. We'll see if that luck holds out for next time.
Point of this all is we still remember how to quest.
That is the most important part. We haven't forgotten all the rules. Any parting thoughts from the team?
I'll try to kill someone next week. I'm sorry. I promise to do better.
More killing next time.
At some point, maybe we can talk about what kind of aspect improvement we have earned.
Yes.
I don't think we ever dealt with that at the end of last season.
No, it's been a bit. We didn't cover that. Since at the end of season 1, we let everybody kind of turn in some of their unused assets and exchange them for a bonus to a skill point. We'll see if that makes sense. I guess I really need to update that command, huh? We'll see if that makes sense to update a stat in exchange for getting rid of some old assets that aren't going to be used.
And then there were
there it
some
is.
kind of special points that we earned.
What?
I forget what. Did we earn some sort of special points for like reaching our goal or completing
Yes, you do get experience points for that, which you can then trade in for new assets, upgrade some of your existing assets, or with enough of them, upgrade a skill point.
We'll
I
have to
think
see.
we still have some XP left to spend. I don't think we ever did that.
I am showing 1 unspent XP, and it's on Glane.
Ooh.
The only way to get more is to swear more iron vows.
Swear more, got it.
Yes, swear more. Thank you. Al made 4 Dabble Worlds levels. Check it out.
Yay!
Al's a madman.
Classic Al.
Does anybody have any upcoming events or streams they want to mention?
Hopefully recurring Family Feud. We'll see.
Family Feud. Family. Good answer. Good answer, GQ.
Good answer. Good answer. Don't answer horse for everything.
Germdove wants to mention games done quick. Oh yeah, I guess that AGDQ's got to be coming up pretty soon.
We don't mention that. We don't talk about GDQ. We do not mention.
Managed to play one of the
Not
ROM hacks.
Games Week.
Minecraft. Tomorrow, Minecraft.
We'll talk about what games week either. No.
If anybody's interested, we will be playing Minecraft tomorrow. We're playing on someone else's server. The IP is in the Discord. I've been doing some mining off camera.
I like talking to Enderman.
You sure do. Gosh. That's a good question. I don't know. We'll pose that question on the Discord and see what the consensus is. If we want to like hang out on this one server for a while or shift again. Because like this is the first time we've been back to a public server, and so we've kind of got like we've got an enchanting table finally.
GQ needs to get into Minecraft.
Doesn't he?
Those big, black, tall, lanky fellows, they like to talk.
You can show them how to do that.
Yeah, just go up and talk to them.
Okay.
I love the Nightmare Labyrinth. What are you talking about? All right, well, everyone, this has been fantastic.
I missed the intro song. I'm glad to have it back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It was nice. I couldn't even talk during it. I was like,
I know, like you guys didn't hear it on the Discord call, but for the entire duration that the intro was going on, the Discord call was silent. Nobody was talking.
I was being introduced.
Trying to get introduced, yeah.
And introducing Lurking Turtle Gaming. Thank you all for
See you
hanging out.
next week,
That's
Asterisk.
right. Yeah, for sure this time.
And they never did a DobbsQuest again.
Is everyone else still too quiet? I'll have to bump them up a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah, this wasn't a season 3 premiere. It was a season 3 winter special. And we'll be back later.
If I just do this.
This is the Hot Springs episode.
Oh, God.
All right. Good night, everybody. See you next time.
Everybody.
Seacrest out.